Jurassic Park's T-Rex has become one of the most recognizable movie monsters of all time, but just how scientifically accurate was the T-Rex we see in the film? In this video, we will be looking deep into the real science behind the Jurassic Park T-Rex and comparing it to what paleontologists have discovered about this infamous apex predator. This video isn't by no means attacking the movie, but more of a comparison. In the movie, it is also stated that dinosaurs are made from incomplete genomes and DNA, so they were not supposed to be completely accurate anyway.
Use the complete DNA of a frog to fill in the holes and complete the code. And now we can make a baby dinosaur.
Let's start with the basics, size and build. In Jurassic Park, the T-Rex is depicted as a massive predator, standing at 15 to 20 feet tall and stretching around 40 feet long. This lines up pretty well with what scientists know about the real-life T-Rex. Fossils suggest that T-Rex could reach lengths of about 40 to 42 feet and weigh around 9 to 10 tons, making the movie's portrayal impressively accurate in this regard. So when it comes to basic versus size, the movie nails it. However, the bulkiness of the T-Rex is not as accurate. In the movie, the T-Rex's skin is tightly wrapped around the bones of the body. This is done to create a fiercer look. In reality, the T-Rex would have had more fat and muscle in certain areas to create a much bulkier frame. How accurate was the speed and movement? In Jurassic Park, there's a famous scene where the T-Rex chases down a jeep going full throttle at around 30 miles per hour. Scary, right? But was this realistic? Well, not exactly. Researching into T-Rex's running abilities, it suggests that it was probably fast, but definitely not that fast. Estimates put its top speed somewhere between 10 and 25 miles per hour. Most scientists agree it was more likely on the lower end, maybe between 12 and 18 miles per hour. This is because running faster would have put too much strain on its bones and joints, potentially shattering a bone if it was to move at this speed. In reality, T-Rex probably wasn't a long-distance sprinter, but more of an ambush predator. It would have relied on surprise and short bursts of speed to take down prey, rather than chasing it for long distances like in the movie. Okay, now it's time for I'd say the biggest difference between the Jurassic Park T-Rex and the scientifically accurate one. Jurassic Park T-Rex had terrible eyesight and its vision was based on movement.
Keep absolutely still. This vision's based on movement.
Conveniently for our protagonists. However, in reality, the T-Rex had forward-facing eyes which gave it excellent binocular vision. Studies of its skull suggest that it had one of the best visual systems among predators, even better than modern-day eagles or hawks. So standing still wouldn't save you from a T-Rex, it could see you just fine, even if you weren't moving. And then we get onto the widely controversial feather debate, or rather the lack of them. In Jurassic Park, the T-Rex is shown as a scaly reptilian giant fitting into the view of dinosaurs at the time. But since the release of the movie in 1993, paleontologists have discovered evidence some theropods, including possibly juvenile T-Rexes, may have had feathers. The big debate now is discussing whether the adult T-Rex had feathers at all, or if they were mostly covered in scales. It's possible that a younger T-Rex had some feather-like structures for insulation, but by adulthood they may have been mostly scale. So whether the T-Rex had feathers, I'm not too sure. Either way, the scaly appearance of the T-Rex in Jurassic Park doesn't quite align with what we know, but it's understandable given the knowledge at the time. Jurassic Park T-Rex is shown as both a predator and a scavenger, hunting down dinosaurs like the Gallimimus and opportunistically feeding on carcasses. This behavior is actually one of the most accurate aspects of the film. Most paleontologists believe that T-Rex was a mix of both. It was certainly capable of active hunting with one of the strongest bite forces of any land animal, but like many predators, it mostly likely scavenged when the opportunity arose. One of the scariest features of the T-Rex was its deep, bellowing, terrifying roar. The sound effect, which was created by Gary Rydstrom and several other sound designers, were made using the roar of an elephant, the growling of a tiger, lion, and alligator, and the sound of a whale blow. Unfortunately, this probably isn't quite right. It's not possible to know for sure, but paleontologists think that T-Rex likely made sounds, but they would have been very different to modern large mammals like lions or tigers. Instead, based on close relatives, they would have sounded like birds or crocodiles. It might have made a low-frequency rumble, a deep growl, or closed-mouth booming sounds, rather than just loud roars. So while the T-Rex roar in Jurassic Park gave us chills, it's likely that real animal vocalizations would have been much more subtle, still terrifying, but just not as loud and dramatic. So how accurate is the Jurassic Park T-Rex? In many ways, it's a fantastic depiction. Its size, its power, and its sheer presence are spot on. When it comes to speed, vision, feathers, and its roar, the movie takes some artistic liberties. And that's okay, it was never meant to be a perfectly accurate dinosaur. But its place as one of the most iconic movie monsters will always remain. Thanks for watching.